I always copy down important dates and deadlines into my planner so I don't forget them. I spent the entire weekend catching up on the emails that piled up while I was on vacation. After being offline for a week, I spent Monday morning getting caught up with everything that happened in the office while I was away. I know you've been incredibly busy lately, but whenever you have a free moment, it would be nice to catch up over coffee. I'm just catching up on tasks I should have completed earlier but have fallen behind on. I'm not a fan of these pickles. They taste sour to me. These vegetables taste sour. I'm sorry, but these vegetables are a bit bitter to my taste. The bus pulled off smoothly. After a long day at work, even small talk feels incredibly effortful. He's richer than both of us put together. It is more difficult than both tasks combined. I do that no more than twice a year. I don't know if I'll be able to finish it when I get home. I don't know if I can finish it when I get home. You can call it a misunderstanding if you want, but I'm just calling things what they are. It was a total disaster. Let me get you caught up on what happened at the meeting. I haven't seen her lately. She's moving in entirely different circles these days. After this weekend, I'll only have 8 days left before I move out. I get that he messed up, but the dogpiling online was way too much. I always copy down new vocabulary in my planner so I can review it later. She copies down every deadline in her planner as soon as she hears about it. I copied down the appointment time in my planner before I forgot. He forgot to copy down the meeting in his planner, so he missed it. I like to copy down important reminders in my planner at the start of each week. I spent the morning catching up on the messages that piled up over the weekend. She stayed late catching up on the reports that had piled up during her trip. I need a full afternoon just to catch up on the work that piled up while I was sick. He was catching up on the notifications that piled up while his phone was off. After the holiday, everyone was catching up on the requests that had piled up. I spent my first day back getting caught up with all the changes from last week. She needed an hour to get caught up with what happened while she was away. Let me read through the notes so I can get caught up with the discussion. He's still getting caught up with the new process after joining the team. I'm trying to get caught up with everything before the next meeting starts. It would be nice to catch up sometime next week if you're free. We haven't talked in ages. It would be nice to catch up over lunch tomorrow. It would be nice to catch up properly instead of only texting once in a while. When things calm down, it would be nice to catch up over coffee. It would be nice to catch up and hear how your new job is going. I'm catching up on assignments I fell behind on earlier this month. She's catching up on messages she fell behind on during the conference. I'm using this weekend to catch up on tasks I've fallen behind on. He had to catch up on reading he had fallen behind on during finals week. We're catching up on documentation that the team fell behind on last sprint. These grapes taste sour to me, but maybe you'll like them. The sauce tastes too salty to me. This coffee tastes burnt to me. The soup tastes a little bland to me. These berries taste strange to me, almost like they're not ripe yet. These apples taste sour, so I might use them for baking instead. The oranges tasted sour because they weren't fully ripe. These tomatoes taste sour compared with the ones we bought last week. The sauce tastes sour after sitting in the fridge for too long. Those candies taste sour at first, then they get sweet. The tea is a little too strong to my taste. This dessert is too sweet to my taste. The soup has too much garlic to my taste. These pickles are a bit too salty to my taste. The salad dressing is too sharp to my taste. The bus pulled off slowly after everyone found a seat. The bus pulled off before I could reach the stop. As soon as the doors closed, the bus pulled off. The driver checked the mirror. Then the bus pulled off.
The bus pulled off from the curb and headed toward downtown. After a long day of meetings, even answering a simple message feels effortful. Cooking dinner felt effortful after spending the whole afternoon cleaning. When I'm exhausted, basic conversations can feel strangely effortful. Writing the report felt more effortful than usual because I couldn't focus. Socializing feels effortful when I haven't had enough sleep.
Their house is bigger than both of our apartments put together. She has more experience than the rest of the team put together. He earns more than both of his brothers put together. That suitcase weighs more than my 2 bags put together. This project has caused more stress than the last 3 projects put together. This exam was harder than both practice tests combined. The final assignment is longer than the first 2 essays combined. Fixing this bug took more time than the other issues combined. The second level is more difficult than the first 3 levels combined. Her workload this month is heavier than both of ours combined.
I eat fast food no more than once a month. She checks social media no more than a few times a day. We travel abroad no more than once a year. He drinks coffee no more than twice a week. I use that old laptop no more than a couple of times a year. I don't know if I'll be able to finish the report tonight. She doesn't know if she'll be able to attend the meeting tomorrow. I don't know if I'll be able to help you before lunch. He doesn't know if he'll be able to fix it without more information. I don't know if I'll be able to stay awake long enough to watch the whole movie. I don't know if I can finish this before the deadline. She doesn't know if she can make it to the appointment on time. I don't know if I can explain it clearly without a diagram. He doesn't know if he can take on another task this week. I don't know if I can carry all these bags by myself. You can call it a delay if you want, but I'm just calling things what they are. We missed the deadline. You can describe it as a small mistake, but I'm just calling things what they are. It broke the whole workflow. I'm not trying to be harsh. I'm just calling things what they are. You may call it poor planning, but I'm just calling things what they are. Nobody took ownership. I know it sounds blunt, but I'm just calling things what they are.
Let me get you caught up on what changed while you were out. I can get you caught up on the main decisions from the meeting. Before we start, let me get you caught up on the background. Sarah got me caught up on the client's latest feedback. Give me 5 minutes to get you caught up on the issue. I don't see him much anymore. He's moving in entirely different circles these days. She used to hang out with us, but now she's moving in entirely different circles now. After becoming a lawyer, he started moving in entirely different circles now. We were close in college, but she's moving in entirely different circles now. He's not avoiding us. He's just moving in entirely different circles these days. After Friday, I'll only have 8 days left before my trip. Once this week is over, I'll only have 10 days left until the exam. After tomorrow, I'll only have 6 days left to finish packing. By Monday, I'll only have 7 days left before I start the new job. After this weekend, I'll only have 8 days left before the deadline. I understand why people were upset, but the dogpiling online went way too far. The criticism started as fair feedback, but it quickly turned into dogpiling. He apologized for the mistake, but the dogpiling didn't stop. The dogpiling on social media made the situation feel much worse than it needed to be. I don't think one bad comment justifies that level of dogpiling.